Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a brand new video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amelia and I upload all kind of book content, and if you're not new here then welcome back. I am doing a little bit of a book tier video, which I usually do at the end of the year. Well, I did do it at the end of the year last year, I think, and I saw Lisa Palmer do it for the mid-year one and I was like, you know what, this is a really good idea. I'm going to copy this, but let's just get on with it so my battery doesn't run out on me whilst I film today. Okay, so I have got my tier ranking. I'm about to screen record if I can figure out how to use my computer apparently. So let's just get on with this. So let's screen record this. So as you can see, I've got a little 6-row tier ranking, and we're just going to quickly go through these. We've got at the top, best books of the year, which is my 6-star reads, my all-time favourite. We've got books that I enjoyed, are probably like my 4-star, 4.5-star, like kind of rating. Books I would recommend, maybe not my favourites, not ones I enjoyed as much, so like my 3-star kind of ratings. We've got middle of the road, which is kind of okay, which is like, I'm glad I read it, I'm happy I've done it, but probably not again. Books that I just think were not worth reading, I should have probably been a DNF, but weren't a DNF, and then books that I DNF'd. So, let's just get on with it. We have also hit my reading goal of the year, which was 65 books. I've actually read 69, and I will also say in here are books I've already read previously in previous years, and I rereads, but I'm cutting them towards my reading goal because I have still read them this year again. And some of my ratings haven't changed, so we'll see. So let's just go. They're all in a random order, so not in the order I read them in. But we first of all have The Inmate by Frida McFadden. You're going to see a lot of her on this wrap-up because I've read quite a few of her books this year, surprisingly. But we have The Inmate, which I would say isn't my favourite, but it was a fun one. I'm going to put this in would recommend Oh, it's a little slow. I'll put it in would recommend, and I'm only putting that there because I actually would recommend. I think for me, Frida is just a fun read. And I think some of her other books are more of a middle of the road, but this one was actually a really good one, I think, personally. Spark of the Everflame by Pen Cole. Now, this is a series that I am obsessed with, and I'm actually up to date with, surprisingly, and I only started this in February. So I'm putting this in enjoyed, because I really enjoyed this one, and I loved it. And now we're at our first, well, it's not first DNF of the year, but the first DNF in this list, and it is The Cornish Hideaway. Sorry. I don't know if I'm saying sorry because I don't think anyone has read it, and many people have who I think watch my channel. My battery's really dying. That's not good. But I have DNF'd this one because I just couldn't get into it. We then have A Promise So Bold and Broken by, one sec. Sorry. Just double checking my battery life. Promise So Bold and Broken by Sophia St. Germain. This book is the second in the Compelling Fate saga, and I actually did enjoy it. So I'm going to put it in enjoyed. I think this series and Spark of the Earthflame series really got me back into fantasy this year, and I'm really happy because I was slowly getting to that point where I was like, I don't even want to think about romantasy, and we'll get to that when we get to a certain book in this list. We then have another DNF, which I'm sorry, I am rushing through this. If you think I'm going fast, I'm not doing a review, we're just getting my tier ranking. I might say a few things about others, so yeah, apologies. But we have The Love Lyric by Christina Forrest. I just couldn't get into it because of the font, but I just couldn't get into this book. And I don't know if it's just, I was also going to a point where I was like, I don't know if I really want to be doing much romance. Romance was like hit and miss for me like last month. Like in the last month, I was like, some of them are not hitting. So I think like maybe I'm going into a slight romance slump, I'm not sure. So I've DNF'd that book. We then have Picking Daisies on Sundays. I read this on holiday. I enjoyed this book, it was fun. I'm going to put it in enjoyed because I did enjoy it. I think it was a good book. I actually love the storyline. Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. I listened to this book as an audiobook, and I haven't read an Ashley Poston book since 7 Year Slip. And also this was my second Ashley Poston book. And I wouldn't say I loved it. I wouldn't say I hated it. I think it is a middle of the road. It's an okay book. I wouldn't even put it in with recommend because I don't know if I would recommend it. But yeah, it's an okay book. I enjoyed it, just not like, it didn't hit like 7 Year Slip did. I don't know if any of them are going to hit like 7 Year Slip did, to be honest. But Yeah. I'm just going to move you down because I feel like yeah, that's better. Addicted After All. I feel really bad to put this in the DNF pile, but I did DNF it because... No, I didn't DNF it because I didn't want to... I just didn't think I wanted to read it. I don't think I wanted to read it. I also don't know if I'm going to continue the series. I loved Addicted for Now, which is the third one, whatever the third one is, and I really loved Hot House Flower. Like, that is my favourite of the whole series. Hot House Flower is like my favourite, and I just haven't had that urge of wanting to continue the series, so like I haven't read a book in about over a year and a half now of that series, so yeah, I don't know if I'm going to continue it. I think it might be one of those series that I might just DNF the physical books, and then I might just continue on Kindle whilst it's still on Kindle Unlimited if I do really want to pick it up, but no urgency there. We then have The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. I really enjoyed this one. It's my favourite one of the whole book, of all of her books that I've read so far. So I'm putting that in enjoyed. I really liked it. So can I make this look... I don't want square. There's just portrait. There you go. But then I need to zoom out so you can see. That's better. So because you can see all of the titles, so yeah. Fury Bound by Sable Sorensen. Now this is the second book to Diabound, and I did also read that this year. I listened to Fury Bound as an audiobook. I enjoyed this book up until the ending. I think the ending just... I think if they didn't do what they did do at the end and to try and set up for a third book and they just left it as a duology, I would have loved it. But then the ending just really, really just made me go, oh, I don't like this now. I didn't hate it. I still enjoyed it. I don't know. I think I'm going to put Fury Bound in would recommend. I don't think I enjoyed it enough to put it in enjoyed. I don't know. And then we've got another DNF. This is like a little pattern. But I DNF Let's Make a Scene by Laura Wood. I just couldn't get into it. And I tried it as an audiobook and I just could not. So I DNF'd that one. 50 Shades Darker. This is the first reread of so far of this tier ranking. I reread this for a video where I reread all of the 50 Shades books. I'm going to put... I don't even know where I'd put it because I don't want to put it in enjoyed. Because I did enjoy it in some ways, but I wouldn't say it's like up there with all of those ones anymore. So I'm going to put it in middle of the road. It's an okay book. Like, the writing is a bit questionable, but because I read it when I was 16, it was very different then. Then we've got The Chase by Elle Kennedy. I'm going to put that in would recommend. I liked it. Not my favourite, but it was good. The Strikeout by Millie Perez. Middle of the road. I don't remember it much. And then we've got our first one going in Best Books of the Year. Breaking Point by Maz Rafferty. This book... No. There you go. This book broke my heart in like 4 pieces. Not even 2. 4 pieces. I loved it so much. So good. No Place Left to Hide by Megan Lally. This book I'm putting in enjoyed. I really enjoyed this thriller. It's a YA thriller from what I know, but I loved it. I was having the time of my life. Finished it before I went to bed in a 24-hour readathon. That never happens. Call It What You Want by Alyssa Derogatis. I love this book. It's also going in Best Books of the Year. It is one of my favourite books I read this year. I loved it. Felt it so relatable. Felt like I related to Sloane so much. So... had to put it in there. Binding 13, this was a reread, and obviously I love that whole series. I'm not going to put it in Best Books of the Year. These rereads will not go Best Books of the Year, because as much as I love them enough to reread them, I don't want to put in Best Books of the Year because they're obviously not new books. But I did really enjoy my reread of Binding 13. I think I enjoyed it more because we had Lizzie's book. I read Lizzie's book, and like I feel like we get a lot more understanding for Lizzie now, and I really enjoyed this book a bit more. So we're going to put Binding 13 in enjoyed. Story of My Life by Lucy Score. This is the first book I read of hers in a long time. And I really enjoyed it, but I'm not going to put it in enjoyed because it's not like sitting in that. I'm putting it in would recommend because it was good and I did enjoy it enough to say to you guys, I think you should read it. But Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. The only Hunger Games books I've read. I hate to be the one to say that out loud. I did have the Hunger Games series when I was younger. I'd never read them. But... only books I read, and I'm putting it in enjoyed. I loved it. It was such a good book. Falling Hard for the Royal Guard by Megan Clausen. Put in not worth reading. Should have DNF'd it. I just did not. I couldn't read it. I got bored. I think it was just a bit naff. I'm sorry to anyone who loved that series, that book. I just, no. It's a no from me. Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone goes in one of the best books of the year. It's another one, broke me, but I loved so much. So if you haven't read it, I recommend it so much because it's such a good book and like says the story of grief so well, especially grief in friendship, because like a lot of books talk about family grief and like partner grief, but I don't see many friendship griefs, and this is just beautiful. In Her Own League by Liz Tom Ford. It is a 5-star read for sure. I love all of her books. All of her books are pretty much 5 stars for me, but I am going to put it in enjoyed because it is not my favourite book of the year. It's not giving that 6-star vibe as the rest of the books that are in that section. All these hand movements. Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. I honestly don't know where to put this because part of me wishes I did DNF this book, but also part of me is glad I read it. But I'm going to put it in not worth reading because I honestly couldn't tell you anything about this book. I wouldn't even say it's okay. I didn't like this one. Then we got 50 Shades Freed. I'm putting that in middle of the road as well. Slapshot by Chelsea Curto is going to go in enjoyed. It was a really fun book. I really enjoyed it. It was cute. I loved it. Hudson and... I've forgotten her name. I'm really bad with names if you haven't figured out other books, but I know it's Hudson. His story, that book was really good and I loved it. It was so cute. The Rebound by Leanne Slade. This was an audiobook I listened to when I started my 75 book journey. I am going to put it in middle of the road. Okay, it was good. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I read it. The Boyfriend Candidate by Ashley Winstead is going to go in enjoyed. I really enjoyed this book. It was really fun. It was really good. And it was like, thought I was falling out of love with romance at this point, and I picked it up and I really enjoyed it. So I was like, okay, I'm not falling out of love with romance for you because that is my top genre. Then we have The Invisible Life of Ali LaRue, and I'm really scared I'm going to be hated by everyone in the comments for what I'm about to say. But this was the book that made me think I wasn't liking fantasy or romantasy anymore, and I really just like, nope. I forced myself through it because I wanted to understand the hype. And don't get me wrong, some of it was good, but I am putting it in not worth reading, and I should have DNF'd it. I'm sorry. I just did not think it was that great, but... We then have Nightshade by Autumn Woods. I'm going to put this in would recommend. I did enjoy it. I liked it. It was fun. It was a fun read. I think I read it at the wrong time because I think I could have appreciated it a lot more if I read it at a different time, but I did enjoy it. The Best Worst Thing by Lauren Oakey. Again, I'm putting in the best would recommend. I read this after reading 3 books in a row on holiday, so I think I was just not in the right mindset for this book. But it was good, and I enjoyed it. Bear Tale by Frederick Backman. I'm also going to put this in would recommend because I didn't hate it. Wouldn't say it's my favourite book. I think I would definitely recommend it. It got better as the book went on, but it isn't one of those ones that I'm like, oh yeah, everyone, I love this so much. But I would still recommend because it has good topics. It's written in a very different way to most books, but done really well. Then we've got Never Lie by Frida McFadden. I'm putting this one in would recommend because this was fun. Not my favourite, but was fun. And I did enjoy the book. I will tell you, and I think I say in every vlog when I read a Frida book, I don't really go in with high expectations. I go in for a good time and I get a good time, and that's literally it. I don't go with in expecting the most fancy and amazing thrillers, which I think is why I always have a good time when reading her books because I never expect much from it. Just a little bit of a fun time. Rules for the Summer by Megan Quinn. This is actually the 3rd book I've read of hers this year. I've fallen in love with her writing this year and she could do no wrong. I'm putting this in enjoyed. I had a great time with this book, laughed, enjoyed it. And now we're here with a controversial one, but I have Empire Storms here and I DNF'd it. I originally said it was a soft DNF, but I'm pretty sure I'm DNFing the whole series and I just can't. But I'd also want to try, but I just can't. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think the series is for me. I love Akata, throw glasses. I just don't have that urge to go, I want to read the story. But maybe I just need to read it all quite close together and not so separated. And I think that might be wise. And maybe I do go back. So it might still be a soft DNF. Who knows? We then have Heat of the Everflame, which is the 3rd book in the Kindred's Curse series, and the most up-to-date one we've got so far until September, and I'm putting that in enjoyed because I did enjoy it. I loved it. I love this whole series. It's a great series. Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix, one of them. I'm not talking much about these because I don't talk much about J.K. Rowling, but I'm going to put, this is a reread, I'm doing a whole reread this year, put in we would recommend. I know people might go, but it's J.K. Rowling, but no, we're not talking about that. Glow of the Everflame is also going in enjoyed. That is my favourite out of the 3, but it's not my best book of the year, which is why it's not going in best books of the year. Heartless Sky from the Zodiac Academy is going to go in... I'm going to go and would recommend, because I feel like this book took longer than all the other ones for me to read, because I think I put myself in a slump from it, because I read so many back to back, or listened to so many back to back, but I did enjoy this one. I think I just wish I didn't put it off for so long, because it took me 6 months to read that book. The Layover by Beth Recalls, middle of the road. Okay, I listened to this book as just on a whim whilst I was doing work from home stuff, and actually it was not too bad. Diabound, now compared to Furybound, this book goes in enjoyed. I really liked Diabound. At first when I started it, I was like, oh, I don't know, it's a bit slow, and then I got into it and I was like, oh my god, I'm obsessed. I love this. This is good. It is literally, in my eyes, Fourth Wing, but instead of dragons, with wolves, and it's great. Okay, Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. Right now, I would be putting it in not worth reading, wish I DNF'd. But I'm going to put it in middle of the road because I feel like I did enjoy it when I read it. I feel like this is what I mean. I just need to read the whole series again from the beginning, but quite close together rather than separating. Because I did it over a space of 3 years, 2 years, and I haven't even finished it, so. Then we have 50 Shades of Grey, which is the first book of the series, and that's also going to go in the middle of the road at a time of my life. It actually, you know what, that one is going in not worth reading. I won't lie to you. It's not my favourite, and I actually struggle with that one. But I have to read all 3 of them in a row rather than just one. So, The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell goes in that same section. I should have DNF'd it. I struggled with it so bad. It was like watching wallpaper dry. It was just so slow in my eyes, and I do not like slow thrillers. I need something fast-paced that keeps me going like this. Okay, Bridesmaid for Hire by Megan Quinn goes in enjoyed. I really love that book. It's such a fun read, such a funny romance. If you're looking for a laugh, you've got it in that book, and I actually want to continue the series so bad. Firefly Lane, literally going in the top one. No, I don't want it there. Oh, fuck, for goodness sake. Best books of the year. It's my 6-star read. Currently, it is at the top read of the year so far, for sure. And it really depends how the next half of the year goes, whether that makes it to be my number 1 book for the whole year, because right now it's sitting at the number 1 book of the year. One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. I listened to this as an audiobook, and I enjoyed it. I did enjoy Charlie's story. Not enough to put it in enjoyed. I think I'm going to put it in would recommend. It was good. Not my favourite out of the... I've only read 2. I've only read that one and Every Summer After, and I don't even remember Every Summer After, so maybe I'm just... No. I didn't take a break. I just never read any other books, and now I want to because everyone's going on about it. So, working my way through her books. Game Changer by Rachel Reed. Again, that's going to go in. I would recommend it. I think it was better than okay, but I think there's a lot more smart in it than there was a story, and I don't know. I think if you like smart, you'll like this. But I did find it intriguing, and I actually was interested by the book, and I'm interested to continue the series, which is always... If I'm interested to continue the series, I'd recommend it. The Teacher by Frida McFadden also goes and would recommend. I think this is it was a good one. It was like the first reader book I read this year, and it was the first reader book I read out of the Housemaid series, and I really enjoyed it for what it is. It's not my favourite, but I did enjoy it. In Your Dreams by Sarah Adams. I think I'm going to also put that in would recommend. I don't really remember much of this story. I remember more about Practice Makes Perfect that I read about 3 years ago over In Your Dreams, which I read this year, so that's saying something. This is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which is going to go, I would recommend. The Harry Potter book's just going to go there because I love the Harry Potter books no matter what. It's a sentimental thing. So Harry Potter and Goblet of Fire can go there too. The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. I don't know. I think I'm going to put it in would recommend. I think this is only a type of book for certain people. I don't think everyone's going to love it. I enjoyed it. I read it in one sitting. It is an easy book just to sit and binge because of the way it's written. But I wouldn't say it's my favourite book. It's not a 5-star like everyone was hyping up to be. And it was a predicted 5-star for me. It just wasn't it for me. The Wingman by Stephanie Archer. I don't remember much of it, so I'm going to put this in middle of the road. I know it's a friends to lovers romance, and that's as far as I remember of that book. We then have The Score by Elle Kennedy. Now, this was a reread, but I preferred it the second time I read it to the first time, because the first time I read it was in the slum. We've had the discussion. I don't know if I've had a discussion because that video's not out yet. But I'll put it in enjoyed, because I did enjoy it. So, I did enjoy my reread. And now Back to You by B.K. Borison is also going in enjoyed it. It was a 5-star read, but again, like Slapshot and In Her Own League, it wasn't enough to be one of my best books of the year. Unsteady by Peyton Corinne, I'm putting in middle of the road, okay. Not a favourite, it was okay. King of Sloth by Anna Huang, I think I should have, I'm going to put in not worth reading, and I should have DNF'd. I don't think I was bored when reading it or hating it when I read it, I just didn't like it. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is also going to go in, would recommend, obviously. Ward D by Frida, again, would recommend. I can't really remember much about that book. Oh, I can. I did like that book. I remember missing my stop home because of that book, so. Okay, now we get to Blue Devil Woman and Knight Rider. They're both next to each other, so we're going to talk about it together. I loved both these books so much. They are going in best books of the year, because I honestly had the time of one. I've apparently have to do that just to get to the top. That's really freaking annoying. Okay, you can go there so I can do this. I had the time of my life with these two books. I loved them, broke my heart, but in the best way. The Bromance Book Club, I surprisingly enjoyed this. I'm putting this in would recommend. Tower of Dawn is also a DNF. Now, I hate it because if I do reread it, I don't think I'm going to do the tandem read. I know you should, and I've still got the tabs in where they do tandem read. But I think that's what was putting me off reading them, was because I'm having to keep going back between books. I think I'm just going to read them separately. And I know that's going to cause some controversy, but that's just the way I think I'm going to have to read it if I do read it. Till Summer to Us Part, I gave this book 5 stars, but this is also going in enjoyed because, again, it doesn't hit up there with 6-star reads. The Way I Used to Be by Emma Smith. This was on my TBR for 3 years, and I DNF'd it. I'm sorry. Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden, another one. I would say this is middle of the road. This was probably my least favourite of her books. And that's saying something. I listened to it literally very recently. When I say recently, like a week and a half before you're watching this video is when I read it. I listened to it. And it was okay. I just think it's a bit... Phoebe Burnham's going to lose it. I'm putting that in enjoyed. Again, I gave it 5 stars, but it's not like giving 6-star feels. So, yeah. But I did enjoy it, and I think it was really good. Obviously I gave it 5 stars. Another Harry Potter, this is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It's going to go and would recommend. We've got through all the Harry Potter books now. Lol. This book breaks my heart to say I DNF'd, but Wildcard by Elsie Silver. I got 60% of the way through and was like, nope, not for me. I can't do it. I'm struggling. So, I DNF'd it. Sorry, guys. This book, Leap and Spring, this is a book I'm actually currently reading as I'm speaking, but I'm going to finish it between today and tomorrow as I'm speaking, and I already know I'm really enjoying it. I don't think it's a 5-star, but it's definitely between a 4 and a 4.5 star. If I was to rate it now, it'd be a 4.5 star. I am loving it. And it is an arc. It is not out yet, but it's not even out by the time you're watching this, but it's out in like a week and a bit by the time you're watching it. It's out August the 7th. It is really good. It's a debut novel by K.H. Jones, and it's really fun. So definitely get your chance to read it if you want to. But I'm putting that in enjoyed. A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly. This is the first book in the Companion Fate saga, and I really enjoyed it. I understand when people say it's slow, but I needed that and I liked it. Caught Up was a reread. It's one of my favourite Liz Tom Ford books, or Liz Tom Fordy books. It is going in enjoyed, even though it was a reread, but it is going in enjoyed. We then got A Bond So Fierce and Fragile by Sophia St. Germain, the third book in the Companion Fate saga. Can you see why I like that? I'm liking the series, the fact that I've read 3 of them in 1 year, when I'm not usually this good at doing that. So I'm putting that in enjoyed. The Striker by Anna Huang. We're near the end, guys. I promise. We've got 4 more to go. The Striker by Anna Huang. This is going in enjoyed. I actually really like this book. I'm about to read the second one in the series for another video coming up, so keep your eyes out for that. And then I reread Mile High recently, and I actually boosted my rating from 4.5 star to 5 star. So yeah, I obviously enjoyed that book. I also reread Magnolia Parks. Absolutely loved my reread, and nearly as much as I loved it the first time I read it. So that's going to go in enjoyed. The Intruder by Frida McFadden is the last book on here, and it was the last book I read on holiday. I don't know if I honestly don't know where I'm putting this. I think I'm going to put this in middle of the road. It was okay. It wasn't my favourite again. It's probably better than Dear Debbie. So let's just put it like... Can I do this? There you go. We'll put it next to Dear Debbie. It was better than Dear Debbie, but it was kind of like... it's okay. But that is the end of this video. If you did enjoy it, I know it's a little bit of a rush through. I kind of just wanted to do it all just telling you this. I feel like because all the books I've read, most of the books I've read in reading vlogs, and most of them have been in wrap-ups, you already know my feelings on them and my actual thoughts on them at the time. So I just wanted to do like a tier ranking. I didn't really want to do too much talking about the books. So yeah, I'll be back at the end of the year with all of the books in the year, doing another tier ranking. But if you did enjoy this video, please hit a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe, and I will see you again very soon with another video. Bye.